Oh, sorry, me bragging about having 3 devices. How many devices do you have, Glenn?
I've got a laptop and 1 wall.
Welcome to Who Said That? 5 comedians armed with all we've got left at the moment. A subtle yet withering expression when someone stands too close to you. A humorous face mask. Oh, and the knowledge of each other's terrible, terrible brains. Dialing in today are Glenn Moore, Yuriko Kotani, Athena Kugblenu, and the sexual magnet to my erotic aluminium, Nick Helm. Do you not like that introduction, Nick?
I loved it.
How is everyone getting on in the world of lockdown? This is my favourite combination of rooms we've got here. We got Athena and Helm, who obviously are living in places that they call home and are comfortable in, with their personality and their joys around them. Yuriko has made an ever so slight attempt at home decorating with some blossom.
Yeah,
and some sellotape.
Yeah.
And Glenn is
In a bare room. I moved into an unfurnished, completely unfurnished place, and it needed quite a lot of building work done, and that was about to begin about a week before lockdown started. So it's been this the whole time.
I think it looks really calm.
It isn't. I'll give everyone another flash. Actually, this is the that's the sort of situation we're dealing with here. It's hell.
Decluttered. That's good.
Yeah.
That's, you Marie Kondoed it. That's all right.
Absolutely. It's everything's in one pile, which is quite tidy.
And Helm, I mean, that definitely isn't decluttered. It looks like you've got a picture of what possibly could be Ant and Dec as PJ and Duncan.
No, it's not. My family.
Is that your family?
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
I don't have any pictures of anyone personal to me in my house. That is Sam Beckett and Al from Quantum Leap.
oh yeah.
That's the cast of Happy Days.
How are you related?
We're all related to Happy Days in a way, aren't we?
Mm.
They were the nation's family. I've over decorated. To be fair, I think there's probably a middle ground between me and Glenn.
And actually, maybe that middle ground is Athena, because Athena, you've gone classy, Athena.
You're right to congratulate me on my taste. Actually, so you're all right to observe that. I don't know if it's classy. It's just it's just stuff in it. You've got to have stuff on your walls, guys.
Yeah, all right. Thanks for rubbing it in.
Yeah. Athena.
Well, Eureka's put some flowers up. That's nice.
I put effort.
Not even a post-it note, Glenn. Do you know what I mean?
I can. I'll tell you what. Here's one of those cellophane sort of. I'll hold that up against the wall the whole time. Would everyone like that?
I think that's unsustainable, Glenn, and you know it.
No, I'm going to see how long I can keep it up.
I like the look.
Lick it.
This is just no. I don't know where this is from. I mean, I own it, but I don't know where it's from. And at a time like this, I don't really want to be licking objects.
Lick it. It sticks to the wall.
Okay, well, I tell you what. I'll.
No. But we do have a show to make, actually, so we will crack on. And the rules are incredibly simple. Basically, each contestant will take it in turn to ask a question. The answers will then be texted to me and directly to me. I will read them out, and the questioner will receive points for every answer they pair with an answerer. Glenn, you are going first, so
Yes.
Does this make sense?
It does.
Have you got a question for these fine people?
I do, and my question to all of you is: what is the worst thing you've ever smelt?
Glenn, why this question? Have you got one in your head?
The worst ever, and it felt quite sort of unique, was this is probably when I was about 19. I was eating Cocoa Pops. I was really hungover one day, and I was eating Cocoa Pops out of like a salad bowl. I basically emptied out the entire box into a salad bowl, and then there was a knock on my door, and it was a girl I really fancied who just popped by to for a visit, and I didn't want her to see how I lived my life. And so I was really ashamed of this salad bowl of Cocoa Pops. So even though I was, only a quarter of the way through eating it, I hid it in a drawer while she came over, and I forgot about it. And then about 4 months later, one day, just out of the blue, the whole place just stank. Just it hadn't the previous day, and then one day it just completely did. And I worked out where the smell had coming from. Opened up a desk drawer and had completely forgotten about this. I just thought one of my bowls had gone missing, and it was there, and it had all sort of formed like a concrete layer at the top. And I made the mistake of like pushing through the lid of it, and then just got hit with an even worse. Like it was. I can't really articulate just how I reacted. I think I sank to my knees. And then I threw it in. I think I put it in the shower. I think that just seemed like the more sensible option. And then it looked like it was just so impossible. I thought I'll never ever be at a stage, no matter how often I clean this, I'll never ever feel comfortable eating from this bowl again. And so I threw it away.
Wow. Do we think the smell was the Cocoa Pops? It must have been 90% the milk, right?
100% the milk. Cocoa Pops on their own, it's rice, isn't it? So it was.
Are Cocoa Pops literally just rice?
I think so. I mean, yes. I feel anytime anyone asks me a question following up on anything I've said, I immediately feel scared and know that I'm wrong and incorrect. And I'm now going to backtrack and say, well, look, we can't be sure, but Cocoa Pops are just chocolatey Rice Krispies, and Rice Krispies say rice in the name, so you're not allowed to say an ingredient in your name if the ingredient doesn't feature.
It's rice. It's an Indian dish, actually. It's puffed rice is an Indian dish. You can make it from rice. I can't tell you why Rice Krispies made it into a cereal. Maybe someone put it in milk and realized it was nice, but it's definitely it's a rice grain and something's done to it to make it like popcorn.
Is it covered by chocolate? Is it like sweet one?
Yeah. Wait, Yuriko, have you never had Cocoa Pops?
I have, like, maybe a few times, because I eat rice in the morning.
Can I just say, in Guyana, we have curry and rice for breakfast.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I eat curry and rice for breakfast.
You eat curry and rice for breakfast as well?
You can eat what you like for breakfast.
Yeah. No one tells you off.
I love rice. Rice is my favourite thing.
It actually makes a lot of sense.
I mean, if anything, you two are the guys with the odd diets.
Yeah, but think about
Nick, it wasn't really clear who you were pointing to.
That is my gift.
And it was scary.
Get Nick cancelled. It starts here.
Yeah.
It starts here. It starts now. All right, there's too many of us. One of us has got to go. All right, sorry, Nick.
Glenn, I have some answers for you.
Great.
Okay, so this is the worst thing you have ever smelt. My friend and I went to Glastonbury for the weekend. He got ill and suffered from explosive diarrhea for the entire festival, and we had to share a tent. I got used to it by the end of the weekend.
That's got Nick Helm written all over it, and I think Nick was both Nick and also the friend. Diarrhea is one thing, but the setting of Glastonbury and to pin it on a friend as well.
Pin it on a friend.
Yeah.
So the next answer is natto, Japanese fermented soybeans. The third one is when someone you're sleeping with farts under the duvet.
Yeah, this is really, really tough.
Because that could also be Nick.
It could also be Nick. But I'm going to say, I think at this early stage of the game, I'm going to let myself potentially get this very, very wrong. I'm going to go with what obviously sprang out at me. So I'm going to say Nick, Glastonbury, Athena partner farting under the covers, Yuriko, the soybeans.
Are you sure?
I'm 100% sure. Yeah.
Okay, well, let's get this out of the way straight away. Yuriko?
Yes.
Are you aware that the aim of the game is to try and make someone not know straight away that it's you?
I played the game! So I was going to pretend I'm so offended. I love this natto. How dare you? The smell, like, worst thing you ever smelled. And then...
But then you didn't.
Yeah.
I love it. So I
I don't know. Does it really smell horrendous?
I love it. It tastes amazing, and the smell, it doesn't bother me, but people say it's one of the, like, it's so strong. It's like blue cheese.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, Glenn, you have got 1 point. Well done.
Great. Okay.
So, Nick, is it the farter or is it the friend with explosive diarrhea?
My friend had explosive diarrhea when we went to Glastonbury.
It begs the question now, Athena, just how bad were these farts?
I'm quite a good cook, and I think what happens is you give someone dinner, and then you think, oh, that's pumpkin and fried fish and roti. Oh no, and some men don't have the politeness to stick their ass out of the bed and just fart into air. I don't know if it's the men I choose or my cooking. If I just go for the bad ones, I don't know. But yeah, it's not pleasant at all.
So actually, what you're saying is you have a type with men, and it's really noxious, toxic farters.
God, is this a game show or therapy?
Yeah.
And Nick, the friend, would this be someone that we would know? Like, can you name this person?
No, you don't know him. It was when I was at school, but it was like 22 years ago, and it stuck with me. And yeah, I spent the entire weekend on my own wandering around Glastonbury because he was too ill to move. On the first night, the Foo Fighters were playing in the next field, and my friend got really ill as soon as we arrived, so I had to put the tent up in the rain by myself. And he ran off to go to the toilet, and when he ran off, he nearly got run over by Rolf Harris. So,
is this a dream?
He's always been evil.
So you had to make a choice between the Foo Fighters and the Poo Shiters. It's difficult.
No, I didn't have to go to make a choice for anything. I was putting the tent up while they were in the next field. Literally, he would have to stick his arse out the end of the tent and shit everywhere, like projectile shit, right? So there was like this huge puddle of shit outside the front of our tent. And also, it's really difficult to clean yourself up. So it's sort of like, it sort of like stuck to him, and it became this real sort of like sweet smelling shit over the weekend.
Sweet?
It was like this real sweet smelling shit. It was like, you end up getting used to it, right? But as you're walking around, it rained so much over the weekend that it was like waist deep, the mud was. And people were just like, we were at a festival, we were enjoying ourselves. So they were all diving into the mud. And I was just thinking, if you'd seen what I'd seen, you would not be going anywhere near the fucking mud. Do you know what I mean? You certainly wouldn't be getting it in your mouth and in your eyes and in your nose. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, it was, but I think Pulp were on, and they were quite good.
I am so squeamish. I genuinely feel a bit ill. Glenn, you got 3 out of 3. It's an impressive start.
Thank you.
But you get to give a bonus point now to whichever of your colleagues, your peers, your competitors you want to.
I think I would like to give a point to Yuriko for a masterminded plan that backfired spectacularly.
How many points?
You get 1 bonus point.
Oh.
1 bonus point.
Grateful. All right, give it here then if you don't like it.
Yeah, I will take it back.
I'll take it. I take it. One.
Good. Okay.
So at the end of round 1, it is 3 points to Glenn, it is 1 point to Yuriko, and it is 0 points to Nick and Athena. And Yuriko, it's your go with question 2. So can we take your question, please, Yuriko?
What was your most memorable nightmare, like bad dreams, during the lockdown?
I never remember any of my dreams, Yuriko.
But one thing I remember was, so I was watching Netflix and I fell asleep. Do you know the Netflix browser? There's so many shows on it. It was there. So I think when I was like sleeping, I saw that screen and I thought it was a Zoom meeting that I was doing.
Oh, okay. So you fell asleep watching Netflix.
Yeah.
You then woke up and you were dreaming that you were in a Zoom meeting and that you had fallen asleep.
That's right. Isn't it nightmare for you guys?
Yeah.
Isn't it? You don't want to fall asleep during the Zoom meeting?
No.
Or drift off for any reason. What's going on?
I mean, your question was, what is your most memorable nightmare?
Yeah.
And your own answer to this is, oh, I felt like I drifted off during a Zoom meeting.
But then, for example, if I fall asleep now, and then I wake up, and then I'll be like, "Oh shit, I'm so sorry." And then later I email you guys, and I said, "I'm very sorry that what happened," and then please book me again. And it's a nightmare, isn't it? No, okay, maybe not. Maybe not.
Answer number one is about a month ago, I dreamt that I died and went to heaven, and there was a room where you could see every shit you'd ever done in one big pile. It was a nightmare because I woke up before I got to see the room and was gutted. Answer number two. Answer number two. I've had no dreams during lockdown. All my dreams are dead. I've had a nightmare getting Zoom to work, though. So not far away from yours. And answer number three, my home burned down, and then when I climbed out of the window down a ladder that happened to be there, the ladder went down into a sinkhole that went on forever. I was descending for eternity. If you want them again, about a month ago I dreamt I died and went to heaven, and there was a room where you could see every shit you'd ever done in a big pile. Do you want to have a guess on that one straight away?
Maybe Nick.
Okay, yeah.
Because of the previous question from the Glastonbury experience.
Yeah, so you...
Sure, but I have also laughed at that answer the most, which would... I mean, and I
you
did
might enjoy your own humour, Nick.
I did say...
Yeah, exactly.
But it does seem to imply that you think I'm a wanker.
It's a tough one.
It is a tough one, Yuriko. This is a tough game. People come into this game thinking that it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
It's not fun, Yuriko. It's challenging.
How about this?
Okay, hit me up.
Because Glenn just moved into a new place, so maybe the third one is Athena, maybe.
The third one is Athena.
Because the place she's living in burned down, and it's a shock. It's a nightmare.
That's a good point. Whereas Glenn's house, he doesn't give a shit if things...
It's a shithole, yeah. Thank you, everyone.
They're actually my partners, so I don't mind. I didn't buy these. they're not mine. I'll burn them down now. I really... not fussed.
Well, let's start this straight from the beginning. Athena, is yours a real dream that you've been having?
No, I just made it up. I don't remember my dreams. I dreamed intensely, but I'd forget them by about 9 a.m.
But you dreamt this particular time that you were on a ladder and you were descending.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I made that up, but I'm still, like, that is mine. That is what I put in the text message, but it's pure fallacy. It's lies. I didn't dream it. It's all bullshit.
Yuriko gets a point.
Oh, damn, I regret giving the bonus point now.
And now it all really comes down to how much of a wanker Nick Helm is. And I've got bad news for you, Yuriko. Nick Helm is not a wanker in any way, shape or form. That answer was Glenn's answer. Nick, what is it about that image that you liked so much?
I just thought it was funny that it sounds absolutely disgusting, but the worst part of the dream was that he didn't, that he woke up before he got to see it. That's funny. Yeah. That's funny.
Disappointing.
You're all right, Glenn. You're all right.
And Glenn, is this a real dream, or did you make that up as well?
No, it was a real dream. I woke up laughing.
So Yuriko, that is 1 point out of 3. Because Nick Helm has no dreams during lockdown, but he's having a nightmare getting Zoom calls to work, though.
It's a different problem every time, isn't it?
But this is working now, though.
Yeah, but I didn't know why the sound wasn't working at the beginning of the call. I mean, I was there and I couldn't hear anything. I didn't know, but that's never, ever happened on any of my Zoom calls before. And I'm on my desktop now because it stopped working on my laptop. And then I've had to do calls where I've got my phone going because I've got the sound. I mean, it does. I mean, I fucking hate it.
Well, it sounds like you're bragging about having 3 devices, Nick.
Oh, sorry. Me bragging about having 3 devices. How many devices do you have, Glenn?
I've got a laptop and 1 wall.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you. It's cool.
That is the end of round 2. And as we go into round 2, Yuriko, you have 2 points now. Athena and Nick on 0 points. But Glenn, you are in the lead now with 3 points. So we are cracking on to question number 3, and that is Nick Helm. Your question, please, Nick.
Living or dead, who would you most like to punch in the dick? Or vagina?
Do you think it's slightly unfair giving people only one option?
No. That's the name of it. If you give them too many options, then you won't be able to sort of work out who's... You've got to put limits on the questions so that it gives everyone a fair margin to work with.
But for yourself then, if you were having to narrow it down to just one, is there one person, living or dead, that you would punch in the dick?
No. I'm going to level with you. I couldn't even decide on one question. So I sent in 4, and this was the worst out of all of the questions that I had. And I thought there were 3 better questions that I could have had. I mean, I had 3 real good ones. I had a joke lined up and everything. There was, when you were growing up, which cartoon character would you most like to have sex with?
Okay.
And my answer to that was, hey, do you remember the film Who Framed Roger Rabbit? What was the name of the baby in that? See, that was one of my responses.
Athena's expression there was absolutely amazing, because I know she's right in her answer at the moment, but because she's gone slightly off camera, it really looked like the best side eye ever.
I saw it.
My face and my brain are very aligned. It's really bad.
It was absolutely brilliant. It was beautiful. Nick Helm.
Yes.
3 people want to punch in the dick.
Okay.
Answer number 1, James Corden. Answer number 2, Jafar from Aladdin.
Oh, can I ask? Is that the animated one, or is that the 2019 remake?
You have to deal with just what the person has written on here,
because they're just 2 very different performances, really.
But ironically, it's also the cartoon character I'd most like to have sex with. So.
Oh, so it's you. I've done it.
Good process. Dick punching is foreplay for Glenmore. And answer number 3, I was on the tube and I took a can of Fanta out of my bag. Before I even had a chance to open it, an elderly woman sat opposite me, got my attention and said, I should hope you're going to throw that in a bin when you're done with it. I would love to punch her in the dick.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think that Jafar from Aladdin was Glenn, because he chipped in with also saying that he wanted to have sex with him, and so that I feel like that was I feel like you gave it away.
Not necessarily.
Yeah. No, not necessarily, but that's also what you would say if you were bluffing.
Not necessarily.
And I think Athena took fucking ages to write her response. So I think she's the Fanta story, which means that I think Yuriko is...
James Corden.
James Corden. Not based on anything that's been actually said. Not based on the answers. It's just based on, reading people.
It's not based on anything, but it's based on reading people.
Yeah, I'm happy with what I've said.
Brilliant.
And I'm willing I'm willing to pay the consequences.
Well, I mean, you are in luck that you're willing to pay the consequences because you got 0 out of 3. So,
that's
I'm really
great.
glad that you are happy to pay those consequences. Because...
You know what though? Can I just say? I was thinking before. How can I make an impact on this show? I'm already scoring very low. I just thought, well, maybe what I can do is I can really go for that, aiming to score no points whatsoever. And then when I heard the answers, I was so sure that I'd just scored 3 out of 3 that I thought, oh, I'll get rid of those tactics and I'll actually aim to win. I mean,
yeah, and your logic behind Athena's long text message to literally just say the words James Corden, like it took her all that time to write.
Yeah, like I don't really hate anybody, and I was thinking, like, who should I put? And I suppose he's kind of annoying, and it just took me a long time to find him in my brain that I found him annoying. And I was going to put Piers Morgan, but then like there's so much consensus about how punchable his dick is. I just sort of feel like, you know, so I went for James in the end, and that's what the deliberation was.
So it wasn't the long text; it was just.
No, I was literally sat here going, I don't know what to put in, and then someone said "baby," and I was like, "What's that about?"
Oh, you don't want to know. You don't want to know. But also, it was my question, and I couldn't think of anyone.
But straight away, I mean, Athena took a little bit of a time thinking about James Corden. Yuriko's came in so immediately with Jafar from Aladdin. Like, it was instantaneous. Jafar from Aladdin, boom, straight in. Animated or live action, Yuriko?
Animated.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that is 0 for 2, and that means it's 0 for 3 because Glenn wants to punch an old woman in the dick just because she was concerned about the environment and recycling.
No, I hadn't even opened the can. That was bullshit. Like, she didn't even give me a chance. I hadn't even opened the can, and she was like, "You better throw that away." And it was like, fuck off. I mean, obviously I did, but not because of her.
So, Nick, that is 0 points.
I'm happy with that.
You're happy? I mean, you're not happy with that, but I am giving a bonus point, and I think I'm going to give a bonus point. Do you know what? I can give a bonus point to anyone, but I think I'm going to give a bonus point. I'm going to give a bonus point to Athena. Not for your answer. I'm giving you a bonus point for the side eye that you did earlier.
Someone's got to lose. And
Someone has got to lose, yes. Well, funny you should say that. The points at the moment, and this is quite neat. In 3 points, Glenn, with 2 points, Yuriko, with 1 point, Athena, and with 0 points, Nick Helm, as we go into question number 4, round 4. Athena Kugblenu, your question, please.
What did you always want as a kid that your parents would never buy you?
What I'd like you to do, Athena, is if you could ask that again, because Nick Helm chose that exact moment to get a noisy snack out of it.
That's a side-eye moment. Cool. What did you always want as a kid that your parents would never buy you?
What are you eating, Nick?
Just had some nuts on my table in front of me. Just dry roasted. I was trying to recreate a pub in my house. But the bag of dry roasted nuts was far too big. And I've had them for like a month, and I realised that they're Co-op own brand and they're not really that nice. And they've just been sitting there for weeks. I'm sorry about the nuts.
Athena, what was yours?
Oh, it's trainers. Like I had trainers, but they were like Knicks or Dunlop or whatever. I never had Nike or Adidas or Reebok. To the point where when I first bought my first pair of Adidas Gazelles when I was 16, because I had a job, it was like winning the FA Cup. And I look back on that and I think, it's a pair of fucking trainers. What's the point?
Do you know what? I think that would be my answer as well, actually. I think I would have wanted a pair of jeans. I think
I never had fashionable jeans. I always had CNA clothes. I never had Levi's. Oh, I'd have done anything for a pair of Levi's. Yeah.
Do you know France has still got CNA? I remember seeing it in like Bordeaux or somewhere like that, and it was just so weird suddenly seeing that logo, and it was like, "Hello, mate, how are you?" Like I hadn't seen it for 15 years.
What are we talking about?
CNA.
Talking about CNA, Nick.
CNA?
All the CNAs turned to Primarks.
Oh yeah.
What?
They all turned. So when I lived in Birmingham, they turned the CNA into a Primark, and then it was cool to shop in Primark, but it was never cool to shop in CNA. And I just wanted to tell everyone, no, you've got to bully these kids like you bullied us. The next generation can't be let off. You can't let them off the hook. This is outrageous. You know.
Was CNA not well regarded?
I guess it was, but then there were other kids who went to like Benetton, and it was like that was a better treat.
You said Benetton. I heard Dr. Bernardo's. Right. Yeah. Sure.
Athena, I've got some answers for you.
Hit me.
Answer number 1 is a lawnmower. I saw one in a shop when I was about 4 and really wanted it for some reason. My parents obviously said no, and I cried for ages. Okay, answer number 2 is a sewing machine. And answer number 3, someone has just sent me an emoji of a dog.
Yuriko wanted a dog. I could just see Yuriko asking her parents, "Mum, can I please have a dog?" I could just see it now. Look, oh, I want to buy you a dog. I'll buy you a dog, Yuriko. Forget about your parents. They don't love you like I do. You're getting a dog, all right? What colour do you want? What, a white one? Whatever kind. I don't know the dog type, so I do it by colour. A brown one or a Labrador. Oh, no, Labradors. I have one of them. And they come in different colours. Whatever UK wants, she gets, man. Lawnmower. I just feel like little Nick wanted a lawnmower. You know, I see it. I see him B&Q, and like most kids see B&Q as a chore, but not Nick. I bet you wanted sealant and all sorts of shit. But I just see it, man.
I love lawnmowers.
Was it a Flymo? Because like I love DIY shops as well. DIY shops are incredible. Yeah, especially I prefer Wicks. It's a bit pricier, but there you go. And Glenn,
it's just the smell when you get in.
I really think Glenn is into like haberdashery.
Oh yeah, I've got a haberdashery vibe.
I could just see you.
I get that a lot.
I see you and John Lewis around the knitting things and the sewing machine things.
Why are my feelings hurt? I don't know.
Because I'm about to win this game. That's why.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And that's my final answer. Yuriko want the dog, Glenn want the sewing machine, and Nick want the lawnmower.
Do you know what I really like about you, Athena? I really like, because I didn't realise this, and so most people here know each other. You don't really know Nick. You and Nick have never met before, and yet the two of you have got so much in common because both of you are absolutely horrendous at this game because you got 0 points. You got absolutely no points whatsoever.
That's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
You're not getting a dog. All right?
Wow. But she doesn't want one, yeah.
So I had a dog when I was a kid, but now I want a dog. So I was like,
It's too late now. I'm taking it back.
So when you had a dog, Yuriko, you wanted a sewing machine rather than a dog.
So I had a dog, but I didn't have a sewing machine. And we had homeworks. And we had to finish like making a handkerchief and something. And then I was the only one stayed at school borrowing the sewing machine from at school.
So Yuriko wanted a sewing machine. Nick Helm sent me not just said dog, sent me an emoji of a dog. Do you still want a dog, Nick?
No, I want a lawnmower. I had a lawnmower and I wanted a dog, and now I've got. Now I want a dog. Yeah, I still want a dog. I'd love a dog. I mean, I've spent just spent the majority of 14 weeks on my own. I would have loved a dog.
That would have been nice. And And Glenn wanted a lawnmower when he was a kid.
Yeah, no idea why. I was being dragged around Wickes, I think, and I think my parents earlier that day had been like, if you come to this shop with us, and we'll go to another shop afterwards, we might buy you, an ice cream or something like that. And I think I just saw this lawnmower, and it was like, that motherfucker right there. That's what I want. And I didn't have any idea what it was, didn't know what a lawnmower did or anything like that, and I just really, really, really wanted it, and it just wept openly when I was told no. I think my parents were like, "You don't even know what it's called."
I mean, you didn't know what it was called, but you did say the words "that motherfucker" right there.
Yeah. I think my parents were really impressed at my verbal dexterity at the time. But I think, it hurt even more when about a year later, my parents saved up and then obviously bought themselves a lawnmower, and it was like, "Oh right, so you get one." It still hurts.
Yuriko, I'm really sorry that that you never got your sewing machine. Nick, I'm really sorry that you never got your dog. Athena, I'm really sorry that you didn't get any points. But I can give a point, and I'm going to give a point. I mean, it's quite obvious who the point is going to. It's going to Glenn for just being so fucking adorable, frankly. Just so adorable as a small child, wanting his little lawnmower.
I mean, I'd argue petulant. If you're throwing a tantrum because your parents won't buy you a lawnmower, you sound like the most entitled kid ever. But thank you for the point.
No, yeah. I'm more than happy with giving out that point to you, which means as we go into the last round proper. Okay, Nick Helm is on 0 points. I don't think we've ever had a player get to this point without getting a single point. Athena is on 1 point. Yuriko is on 2 points. Glenn is in the lead on 4 points as we go into the final round proper. And this is where you have to try and answer my question and fool me. Normally, I can do it where we build a little bit of jeopardy into this final round, and I give out loads of points. So all 4 of you are still in it, and all 4 of you could possibly win. What I have decided to do today, though, if you fool me, you get 3 points, and that means that even if Nick fools me, he still can't win. So, that, Glenn, if you could do me the favour and read out all of those answers so I don't know who they've come from, that would be lovely. The final question, my question, is if you were to write a fairy tale, what would it be called? And if you fool me, you get 3 points. You can all win this, apart from Nick and also Athena. Athena can draw. Okay, I think we might. Are we still waiting for one more?
We've got it now.
Okay, so you have got 4 answers.
Yes.
And the aim of the game is to fool me.
Yes.
Okay, so give me them one at a time. So this is, if you were to write a fairy tale, what would it be called?
Here we go. The Magic Cat and the Horrible Dog. The Princess and the Snowplow and the Frog and his sisters and their mates and the lesson they learnt about magic and parties.
Okay.
Next one.
Yep.
Everyone is the winner. And the next one, the final one, the lawnmower, fermented soy, and the boy with the explosive diarrhea who likes arson.
Oh, this is interesting. I'm going to go the first one about the cat and the dog.
The Magic Cat and the Horrible Dog.
I think I'm going for Yuriko there because when you said it out, she looks really proud of herself. Like that was the one that she wanted. Everyone's a winner. I am going Nick Helm for everyone's a winner.
The other ones were the Princess and the Snowplow and the Frog and his sisters and their mates and the lesson they learnt about magic and parties.
I think I'm going for Athena for that one. And then the one at the end...
The lawnmower, fermented soy, and the boy with explosive diarrhea who likes arson.
I mean, that one sounds like you. That sounds like a proper kind of perfect comedic version. Yeah, straight in.
Are these your final answers?
These are my final answers. Glenmore, yes.
Mark Olver, I'm delighted to announce you got nothing right.
Oh!
Absolutely nothing.
What?
The magic cat and the horrible dog was me.
No!
Everyone is the winner is Yuriko Kotani.
No!
Athena's was the lawnmower fermented soy and the boy with explosive diarrhea who likes arson. And Nick Helm's was the princess and the snowplow and the frog and his sisters and their mates and the lesson they learned about magic and parties.
Oh, wow. That's the first time I've failed on every single one of them.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
Welcome to our
I don't
world.
know what it
It's
feels
all
like.
right. It's all right. It's all right knowing nothing about anything. It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine. We get by.
Yeah, I've got a whole new respect for Nick and Athena. I like that I'm in your gang now. This is good. Absolutely devastated. I'm absolutely well played, everyone. Well played. And I have the final scores. Nick, you are not the first person to ever score 0 points. By fooling me at the end, you get 3 points.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well done, bud.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's great. I could have scored some more if you'd have given me a bonus point at any point, but that's great.
Oh, God, I didn't give you a bonus. Do you want a bonus point?
Go fuck yourself, Mark. It's too late.
In third place with 4 points, Athena. Second place with 5, Yuriko. But the winner of this week's Who Said That is Glenmore with 7 points. Well done, Glenn.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well done, buddy.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for playing. Thank you very much for joining. And well done, the first set of contestants where all of you have fooled me. Absolutely magnificent. Thank you very much, Yuriko Kotani. Thank you very much, Nick Helm. Thank you very much, Athena Kugblenu. But also, mainly, thank you very much and congratulations for winning this episode of Who Said That, the fantastic Mr. Glenmore. Thank you very much, everyone. We'll see you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.